Chapter 7.
Then he called his 12 disciples together, and he gave them power and authority over all devils and to cure diseases. And he sent them to preach the kingdom of God and to heal the sick. And he said unto them, Take nothing for your journey, neither staves nor scrip, neither bread, neither money, neither have 2 coats apiece. And into whatever house you enter, there abide until you depart from there. And whoever will not receive you, when you go out of that city, shake off the very dust from your feet for a testimony against them. And they departed and went through the towns, preaching the gospel and healing everywhere. Now Herod the Tetrarch heard of all that was done by Jesus, and he was perplexed because it was said of some that John was risen from the dead, and of some that Elijah had appeared, and of others that one of the old prophets was risen again. And Herod said, John have I beheaded, but who is this of whom I hear such things? And he desired to see him. And the apostles, when they returned, told Jesus all that they had done. And he took them and went aside privately into a solitary place belonging to the city called Bethsaida. And the people, when they knew it, followed him. And he received them and spoke unto them of the kingdom of God, and healed them who had need of healing. And when the day began to wear away, then came the 12 and said unto him, Send the multitude away, that they may go into the towns and country round about, and lodge and get provisions, for we are here in a solitary place. But he said unto them, Give them to eat. And they said, We have but 5 loaves and 2 fishes, and except we should go and buy food, we can provide no more food for all this multitude, for they were in number about 5,000 men. And Jesus said unto his disciples, Make them sit down by 50s in a company. And they did so and made them all sit down. Then he took the 5 loaves and the 2 fishes, and looking up to heaven he blessed them, and broke, and gave to the disciples to set before the multitude. And they did eat and were all filled. And there were taken up of fragments which remained, 12 baskets. And it came to pass, as he went alone with his disciples to pray, he asked them, saying, Who do the people say that I am? They answering said, Some say John the Baptist, but others say Elijah, and others that one of the old prophets is risen again. He said unto them, But who do you say that I am? Peter answering said, The Christ, the Son of God. And he forbade them, and commanded them to tell no man of him, saying, The Son of Man must suffer many things, and be rejected of the elders, and chief priests, and scribes, and be slain, and be raised the 3rd day. And he said unto them all, If any man will come after me, let him deny himself, and take up his cross daily, and follow me. For whoever will save his life must be willing to lose it for my sake. And whoever will be willing to lose his life for my sake, the same shall save it. For what does it profit a man if he gains the whole world and yet he receives him not whom God has ordained, and he lose his own soul, and he himself be a castaway? For whoever shall be ashamed of me and of my words, of him shall the Son of Man be ashamed when he shall come in his own kingdom, clothed in the glory of his Father with the holy angels. Truly, I tell you truly, there are some standing here who shall not taste of death until they see the kingdom of God coming in power. And it came to pass, 8 days after these sayings, that he took Peter, and John, and Jacob, and went up into a mountain to pray. And as he prayed, the fashion of his countenance was changed and his raiment became white and glittering. And behold, there came and talked with him 2 men, even Moses and Elias, who appeared in glory and spoke of his death and also his resurrection which he should accomplish at Jerusalem. But Peter and they who were with him were heavy with sleep. And when they were awake, they saw his glory and the 2 men who stood with him. And after the 2 men departed from him, Peter said unto Jesus, Master, it is good for us to be here. Let us make 3 tabernacles, one for you, and one for Moses, and one for Elias, not knowing what he said. While he thus spoke, there came a cloud and overshadowed them all, and they feared as they entered into the cloud. And there came a voice out of the cloud, saying, This is my beloved Son, hear him. And when the voice was past, Jesus was found alone. And these things they kept close, and they told no man in those days any of the things which they had seen. And it came to pass that on the next day, when they had come down from the hill, many people met him. And behold, a man of the company cried out, saying, Master, I implore you, look upon my son, for he is my only child. And behold, a spirit takes him, and he suddenly cries out, and it convulses him that he foams, and bruising him harshly, departs from him. And I implored your disciples to cast him out, and they could not. And Jesus answering said, O faithless and perverse generation, how long shall I be with you and suffer you? Bring your son here. And as he was coming, the devil threw him down and convulsed him again. And Jesus rebuked the unclean spirit, and healed the child, and delivered him again to his father. And they were all amazed at the mighty power of God. But while they wondered, everyone, at all things which Jesus did, he said unto his disciples, Let these sayings sink down into your hearts, for the Son of Man shall be delivered into the hands of man. But they understood not this saying, and it was hidden from them that they perceived it not, and they feared to ask him of that saying. Then there arose a reasoning among them, who of them should be greatest. And Jesus, perceiving the thoughts of their hearts, took a child and set him in the midst. And said unto them, Whoever shall receive this child in my name, receives me. And whoever shall receive me, receives him that sent me. For he who is least among you all, the same shall be great. And John spoke and said, Master, we saw one casting out devils in your name, and we forbade him because he follows not with us. And Jesus said unto him, Forbid not any, for he that is not against us is for us.